So the other day, I was having a conversation with a potential client of mine, and what had come out of it was there's actually a art and a science to doing sales and enrollment events. And what I meant by this was there is the science piece, that is the tactical, that is the formula of you do this on day one, you do this on day two, you do this on day three. There's a system to why we set up events the way we do in order to move people from point A to point B to point C and to the point where they decide whether or not they're going to move forward with you and continue working with you potentially in your program and your package. So that is more the science of it. But then there's also the art of a sales and enrollment event. And I think this piece is something that sets certified event producers apart from regular event planners, is because we actually take a look at what is in the end, what is the feeling and the experience you want the audience to have by the time you end your event. Whether or not they buy with you, whether or not they move forward with your program and your package, whether or not they continue working with you, we want them to have a feeling and an experience throughout the 3 days. And so when we actually look at the tactical pieces, we add and incorporate the artistic pieces. So how can we utilize video and audio and guest speakers and gamification and different themes? Like if we have a theme that we run the entire event, that we keep pulling things back in. So what that could also look like is you start out, everything is kind of black and white. You know, I was just watching a movie or a TV show on Disney the other day, and the WandaVision, right? And she starts out in black and white. And then as she progresses through the series, it ends up turning color. So, you know, you could do the same thing with your event, where you're starting out black and white. People don't quite understand what it is they're teaching them. You start to teach them more. The light bulbs start to come on. They start to see things appearing in color. And so by the time you hit your offer, you've moved from black and white to the offer and being in color. So we'd actually done this with just a simple background change for one of my clients on a 1-day event, where we were one color. It was just the background was dark. And so we had like some LED screens behind them. It was this mountain. It was moving mountain. And then by the time we hit the offer, it turned light, right? So just simple little nuances that we incorporate into the feeling, into the experience, into maybe the subconscious things that people wouldn't quite pick up on, because we're not blatantly going, look, we went from black and white to color, or look, we went from dark to light. But from a certified event producer's perspective, we're pulling these things out of the event host in order to create that artistic feel. So something to think about is really including the difference between not just the tactical piece, but the experiential and the feeling of what the event is going to be for the people on the other side. So there is definitely an art and a science to doing sales and enrollment events.